Welcome back to your next ukulele lesson. Today we will be breaking down a very contemplative, reflective, somber, mindful piece known as the Troubadour. Let's zoom in and let's see what this thing sounds like. Beautiful sounding piece, and one way you can really channel a lot of emotion into. So the structure of this song is the A section, and in the A section we have an A1 and an A2. So if I just write the A section, that means both A1 and A2. So we have an A section, another A section, then we go to the B section, then we go to A2. Alright, so we go to that second half of the A section. So far, A section twice, B section, second half of the A section, which is A2. Then we go to the C section, and then 2 times back to the A section. So we have a full A section, a full A section, B section, A2, which is the second half of the A section, then we go to the C section, and then one more A section. Alright, so A, B, A2, C, A. And that's the song. So let's zoom into the ukulele and let's see how to play this thing. Alright, so starting off, let's break down some of our chords. We are in the key of G minor, so we start off with a G minor chord. Alright, so index finger first fret of the A string, ring finger third fret of the E string, middle finger second fret of the C string. That's a G minor right there. Alright, and we're going to start off with a pull off here. So we pull off from the 1 to the 0. So you play and you pull off with the index finger. Then you put the G minor on and you only strum until the E string. So you can even start with the G minor on and just start with the pull off, strum. Alright, so strum, then you play the C, E. Now it's important, don't just pluck, let your finger fall. Alright, so let your finger fall, your thumb fall, not your finger. So, alright, I'm not just plucking it out, I'm letting my thumb fall. Makes it more tasteful. So we go, bring our pinky in on the 3rd fret of our A string, and we slide it to the 5th fret and we bar the 3rd fret with our index finger. So pinky is on the 5th fret, index finger is barring the 3rd fret, and we play all of that. Alright, so strum it nicely. So after we strum, we remove our pinky, play the 3rd fret of the A with our index finger, put our pinky on the 6th fret of the E string, and then we come back to the A string, which is being held by the index finger. So, and make sure you get used to this shape. We're going to use it in so many songs, so get used to it. This is called an E flat major 7. It's just a major 7 shape, but depending on where you put it, it's E flat. And the note it's following, the note that is the root note, is on the C string. So we have C, D, E flat. Alright, that's why it's called E flat major 7. Alright, so we have so far pinky, E flat major 7. Alright, then after that move, we put our ring finger here on the G string, and then we let our finger fall to the A string. So we put our ring finger here on the 3rd fret of the E string, which is our G note, and then we also play the A string afterwards. Alright, so that takes us back. So we play that, then put our G minor chord on, remove our index finger on the 1st fret of the A string. So come up to the E string, then go back down to the A string. Then back to the E string, and then we move it to the 2nd fret where we have our D major, our easy D. So, and you strum those two from the C to the E string. And then we do a hammer on. We put our index finger on the 1st fret of the C string, and we hammer on with our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the same string. So don't play it twice. You want to hammer it on. Alright. Push it back. Hammer on. Alright, so that's our A1 section. So far we have again, 3 even slower. Then we do it exactly the same thing again, except the ending. That's where it becomes A2, because the ending is slightly different. So we do the same thing again. So we get back to that G minor. But then when we come back, so when we go to that ring finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, we slide again to this D. Alright, so, and we strum it. Alright, so from the C down to the A string. Then we play the E string with our ring finger, which is there. And then we push it back to G minor, but only strum from the C to the E string. So, E string, C to E, then we play C, E. So that one's going to be strum, C, E. Alright, again. Strum, C, E, doom, dum. So A2, the ending has 3 strums just to end it. So, do, da, strum, da, do, strum, da, strum, C, E string. Alright, so let's try to put A1 and A2 together. 3, go. Push it back, hammer. Repeat, A2. Pinky. D. And when you're on this D, actually strum it all the way till the A string. Only hear that note. So da da do da da. Then you strum only the C and E, and then play C E. Alright, and then you do that the second time for the second A section. And after you've done it twice, we now get to our B section. So let's just imagine I've done A2 the second time round. Here we go, into the B section, pinky. Alright, so the pinky comes in, after that, do, da, pinky on the 3rd fret of the A, slide to the 5th fret. Alright, so to that E flat major 7, and you do the same move again. No difference there. But now you play the pinky, after you've done that, pinky on the 6th fret of the A string. Then Then we go for these double stops. So those double stops are middle finger on the 6th fret of the E, index finger on the 5th fret of the A. This is going to be our major shape when there's no space between them. Alright, so right there, 6 and 5 on the E and A. Then you slide your index finger to the 3rd fret of the A string and you put your ring finger on the 5th fret of the E string. So now there's a space between them. Alright, so it's my index finger that's staying on, it's only my middle that's changing to the ring. So it should sound like this. Then I take this same shape down, again, to the 3rd fret and 1st fret. Then I put my pinky back on the 3rd fret of the A string, play it by itself. Then back to that E flat major 7. Do the same move. Then put that on the 5th fret once again. And I push the whole shape back 1 fret. So now this is D major. It's another way to hold D major. So I'm barring the 2nd fret and my pinky's on the 5th fret of the A. Alright. So that B section is from the ending of A2. Pinky leads in, pinky now. The major shape, minor shape, minor shape. Pinky back on the 3rd fret of the A, back to the E flat major 7. Same move, push it back for D major 7. Then we go back to A2. Alright, and we only have one more section left, the C section. So let's do everything up until that B section. 3, go. Repeat the A section. B section, pinky on the 3rd fret of the A. Major, minor, minor, pinky. A2. Then we go to our C section, so we do, da. And on the beat, we're going to put our index finger barring on the 6th fret of the E and A string, and our middle finger is going to be on the 7th fret of our C string. So 7, 6, 6. And our index finger is playing both those notes together. So we just, and this time you want to use your fingers, okay? So try and get used to using your fingers. This song should actually be played using finger style, but you can use your thumb as I'm doing, and that's fine. I can play it finger style as well, and I'd encourage you to try play it finger style, because if you can play this finger style, meaning each finger gets one string, then you're getting so much better. Alright, so here we go. So 7, 6, 6 on the C, E, and A string, and you're playing it with those 3 fingers. And you play it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 5th hit, you're gonna push your index finger back to the 5th fret on the C, E, and A, and it's gonna play those 3 together. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is gonna be our minor shape. So major, 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 minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you take this same minor shape, push it to the 3rd fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's a major shape that comes here on 1, 1, 2. Alright? 2 on the C string, 1 and 1 on the E and A. So major, 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 minor, 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 major. Then we go up to this A major chord, which is just your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G, index finger on the 1st fret of the C, and nothing on the E and A string. And we're going to play those 4 strings together using our thumb, index, middle, and ring finger on the right hand. And we're going to go. Play that first time normally. The second time, put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the G string. So first time, second time. The third time, you do what you did the first time, which is just middle finger and index. So start off with normal A. Push that ring finger forward. Remove the ring finger. Then remove the middle finger. But this finger stays on your index finger, okay? So. And you really want to use those fingers instead of the strums. You can still hear it, but it's not as defined as when you use your fingers. Alright? Then once you get to this A7, this chord is an A7 when you just have your index finger on the 1st fret of the C string. You go to a D major chord, middle, ring and pinky finger, holding the G, C and E on the 2nd fret, nothing on the A string. And you strum the whole thing. Then you play C, E, A, the C string, E string, A string while holding that D. So you strum C, E, A, push the pinky to the 10th fret of the E. And you do a vibrato. Don't just leave it stale. Give it that wiggle, that vibrato. Adds emotion. So, A7, D, C, E, A, 10th fret with vibrato. Alright? Then we go back to our full A section, and that's pretty much the song. So let's try that C section again. 3, 4. Move back. To the A. Ring finger, back to A. A7, D, C, E, A. Vibrato. Take your time, come back to the A section. Alright, then again, let's go for that C section. 3, go. Back. A's. Ring finger. A, A7, D. A section. Finish on that A string right over there. So let's take it from that C section. 3, 4. Back. A. D. Take your time. Back to the A section. Alright, so practice those B and C sections. If you have the A section, you have 65% of the song. So all you need is those B and C sections. So let's take it one time from the beginning, nice and slow. If you want to play at normal speed, then go back to the beginning of the video. Alright, but make sure you're coming back here once you've practiced everything really well. 3, 4. Repeat. B section. C section. Using your fingers. A's. And that right there is the Troubadour. Very similar sounding towards Greensleeves because they are in the same key of G minor or B flat major. Very contemplative, very melancholic, and one way you can channel a lot of emotion through with your fingers. Yes, with your fingers. So don't stick your fingers in your nose. Use them to make some beautiful music. Alright, so have some fun playing this and make sure you use the silence, use the rests of the piece. Don't blare everything out like... That's just too much, alright? So be very mindful of the piece and be able to channel emotion through by using silence, by using dynamics on your fingers, by allowing it to go down in volume. Dynamics just means the volume is altering as we go throughout the song. So it's never just one volume, it's like a little bit low, it goes up a little bit, then it comes down a little bit. So use dynamics to really help bring emotion through that piece, okay? So practice it well so you can master it and play it in front of some of the people around you and see how they like it. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.